Hello everyone, welcome to the Southern Scally Capper. Today we are taking a look at the Baker Boy Apple Pie by Boston Scally Company, so let's get to it. Here it is. This is the Apple Pie by Boston Scally Company. This is an 8-panel Baker Boy Apple Pie color wool blend cap. In Boston Scally's own words, this cap features a rich plaid of baked apple reds, golden crust browns, and a hint of green, capturing the warmth of fall in every detail. Here is the cap in hand. This is it. This is the brand new Baker Boy Apple Pie cap by Boston Scally Company. And man, look at those colors. This is a really, really cool cap. I like this one a lot. I'm a big fan of the Baker Boy style in general. And I saw this, and it's funny because I think, like many other people, I was actually anticipating a re-release of the Pumpkin Pie Baker Boy, but they teased this cap first. They did later in the week. I believe this was a Monday tease, and later in the week they did eventually show they were re-releasing the Pumpkin Pie as well. And I think many people were really anticipating that cap. They were really excited about it. But this was a surprise release a little bit. I think it was a new release. They had never released this cap before. So this cap caught my eye immediately, and it kind of almost made me forget about the Pumpkin Pie cap, which I still got because I really, really like that cap. It's a very warm, cozy looking cap. But the same thing can be said about this cap, and it really, really represents the theme very well. I think the apple pie. Now, this cap does actually have a pin that goes along with it. I got the pin, however, I placed two separate orders because the second this thing went on sale was about 10 minutes until noon Friday. I ordered it, and the pins weren't showing yet on the Boston Scally site. But I made sure that I went ahead and secured this cap along with the Pumpkin Pie cap because I just had to have them both. And so maybe about, like I said, about 10 minutes later, the pins came up. So I don't have the pin yet. It's on the way. It should be here by the end of the week. But let me show you what the cap would look like with the pin on it and the pin itself. It's a really cool pin. It's the slice of apple pie, and you got the vanilla ice cream on top there. It looks really appetizing. It's kind of making me hungry just thinking about it. But a nice looking pin to go along with the cap. As you can see from the picture that I just put on the screen, it's going to look great on the cap, I believe, as well as the pumpkin pie. That pin looks great on that cap as well. So I love the pin. Now this cap, the Baker Boy, the Apple Pie Baker Boy, it did not come with a dust bag. So that was a little bit of a bummer because Boston Scally has been doing dust bags with most of their caps now. No big deal, right? I mean, it's still easy to store, but I'm a big fan of the dust bags. I love when Boston Scally does include the dust bags with their caps. Not the case here. But I'm so glad that these two caps came in time for Thanksgiving because I really, really want to wear. I don't even know which one I'm going to wear yet because I love them both. They're both such great caps. They would both easily be able to be worn on Thanksgiving. They both fit the theme very well. I love apple pie. I love pumpkin pie. Give me pie. I'm going to eat it. I love them both. Pumpkin pie, I guess, maybe edges it out just a little bit for my taste, but I'll take a good apple pie with vanilla ice cream on it any day. Man, it's just, and this cap, like I said, it does such a good job representing that. And of course you have, the different colors, the bright reds, the dark reds from the different apples. You can have even the light green with the Granny Smith apples to the dark greens in there. And as Boston Scally, as I mentioned, describes it, a golden brown, as like the crust of an apple pie. It's just, they really did a great, great job on this cap. And it's a warm cap. It's a wool cap. So it can definitely be worn in the winter months. And like I said, it's just it's almost a comfort cap. It's a comforting cap. It just looks good. It feels good. You know, it just feels like it's nice and warm, and it really is. And I am such a big fan of this cap. And I honestly think that excluding the releases that had already been the re-releases, excluding those for all of the new caps that had been released lately by Boston Scally Company, I think this one takes the cake. It is such a cool cap, and I actually think this is probably the best Boston Scally cap of all the new releases since the Baker Boy Buffalo red and black plaid. I think that was their last great cap, in my opinion. This one even beats it, I think, if you're asking me. I think this is Boston Scally. It's another home run for them. And, you know, they had some denim caps, the worker caps, that's what they're called. There was a denim, and there were a few other colors. And I liked those. I thought the denim, especially, I liked it a lot. But I wasn't a big fan of the Aerosmith cap. Sorry, I'm just not a big Aerosmith fan to begin with. But I was open-minded. I thought, hey, you know, if the colors, you know, kind of do it for me, then I might splurge and I might just go ahead and get that cap. But it just didn't do it for me, so I held out, and I'm glad I did, because once Boston Scally, like I said, once they did tease this cap and I saw it, I was like, whoa, I can't wait to see this cap in its entirety. And they finally did the full tease. I think it was something on their Facebook social media pages, pulling it out of the oven or something like that, and it just looked great. And I will say, when you're inside, this cap is a little darker. It's a little darker color than I thought it would be. But once you're out in the sunlight, this cap really stands out. And it's okay that it's a darker color. I just didn't quite expect that when I was looking at the pictures. But once it's on the head, this thing feels great. The sizing is really good. Like I said in my other reviews, I almost always get a medium large. Same with this cap. It's more or less a perfect fit. I don't think I'm going to have any fitting issues with this cap going forward. And look at this thing on the head. Man, it is a pretty cap. And I am so glad, like I said, I'm so glad it came in today so I can wear it tomorrow. So I'm going to go ahead and rate this cap, and if you can't tell, I'm giving this thing a 5. 5 out of 5. This is one of my favorite Boston Scally caps as of late, and even may rank among my top 5 of all time for Boston Scally caps. I just really like the look of this cap. I love the feel of this cap. I'm just a big fan of the Baker Boy style in general. I think it's a cool thing with the extended brim, and of course the lining. Like I said, we did not get a dust bag with this cap, but there's the sticker, the vinyl sticker. I know that a lot of the bald gentlemen aren't big fans of because they do stick in the warmer weather. But for me, it's not a big deal yet, at least not yet. That is changing by the day, I assure you. But man, this is I'm so glad to get this cap in hand. I just didn't know if it was gonna come. If I was going to get this cap today. I kept checking, you know, out for delivery. I was so excited. So a 5 out of 5 for this Boston Scally cap. This is, of course, the Baker Boy apple pie cap. Can't wait to get the pin. I'm looking forward to putting the pin on this cap as well. But even without the pin, this is a fantastic looking cap. So that is my review for this cap. Thank y'all so much for joining me today. And if y'all do have this cap, if you do have the apple pie Baker Boy, tell me what y'all think of it. Do you like it? How would you compare it to the other Baker Boy Boston Scally caps, especially the pumpkin pie? Because those were the two that this year were released together. So which one would you prefer? Do you like the apple pie more, or do you like the pumpkin pie? I have the pumpkin pie. It came today as well, like I said. So I've been putting them both back on. I'm like, man, I like this one. I like this one more. This one more. So I keep going back and forth right now. And maybe after I give it a little time to settle, I'll have a better verdict. But right now, I'm just so excited to have these caps. So again, this is a 5 out of 5. Thank y'all so much for joining me. Y'all have an absolutely great day. And thank y'all so much. Till next time.